Hey guys, this is Bill from TFL Chat Room again. I just wanted to go over a trade I took today on USDCAD and how I used this unbalanced volume indicator really to kind of help me stay in this trade and determine where to get out. There's another thing I also use, and that's these low volume lines here. So I'll start there. I took this trade. I actually entered it right at the close of this red bar there. So right at about 3091 actually on my broker's page there. So I came in, saw the market. I saw this activity had already happened, and I saw this kind of a dip in this low volume. Now this was already pretty low volume, but we had higher and higher to the right and a dip here, and this kind of flattened out. So I felt pretty good about putting this low volume line there. And what happened was I pulled back. And so what I like to see after it moves away from these low volume bars is a pullback. And so I got this pullback in this green and in this red, and I saw railroad tracks, and I really like that around these low volume lines. So I went in right away after that. And then a couple of bars later, we had another low volume line. And these are common around these railroad track setups. This is an indecision. And then the trade started to go down in my favor. My target on UCAD on the 5 minute is a 20 pip. And so when I get down 10 pips, I add another trade to it to get down to 20. So it ends up being a 30 pips total. But I came down here just enough to trigger my second entry, and then boom, went up here. And so what I saw when price came up here on these two green bars, and I got nervous here, to be honest with you, I saw two solid green bars on some increasing volume. But what I didn't see was our unbalanced volume indicator go up. So I was drawing a trend line. This is following price, no anomaly there. So I was pretty sure this was giving me confidence that we were going to continue to go down. So even though we had these two bars up, we didn't get a huge rise up on the unbalanced volume indicator. And so we went up a little bit more. My catastrophic stop was up here, and I had really my stop. I would have gotten out if it went above this line here. And that came really close later on as I'll go through this. So it started to come up here, and then I had another railroad track, and then a move down on increasing volume. Good volume right here. So I was actually happy. Now I'm feeling really good. Back down to my line. Trade, we're waffling. I got this move down on decent volume, and then we had some crude oil inventory, and it shot way up here. And I thought, oh, I'm done for. I'm going to get stopped out. I might as well get out of this trade. Let me just see if it gets above this low volume profile line. Now, I'm so glad I have this line here. Obviously, for this day, you can see it stopped to the pip at this line, and then reversed. And this ended up being a beautiful, really, almost a pin bar. I think the body's a little bit too big, but it's huge wick on obviously large volume. And then we started to retrace a little bit, and on balance volume started to come up too, which makes a lot of sense. You have all these green bars in a row. So I thought, okay, maybe this is it, and I'll end up getting stopped out on this trade. And then I saw this red come in here. And this is not quite railroad tracks, but it's very close at a low volume bar, this yellow line right here. So I thought, okay, we're definitely going to close down in my favor. And sure enough, it went down here and closed out in my favor. So I did get all the pips from this trade. But what helped me in this area here stay in this trade and not get out or anything like that is the fact that our unbalanced volume indicator kept going down, even though price was moving up. Again, this could be a leading indicator of where things might be going. So when you have a diversion between OBV and price, it doesn't always work out this way, but in what I've been following is that usually price will end up coming back down to meet OBV in this case, so it came back down to meet it. So I felt pretty good about that and had a good stop up here again. I got in here, so that wouldn't have been the end of the world. 30.92, 31.31. It would have been a 40 pip loss more because I was in a second trade, so that would have made it a little bit worse, but still at the end of the day, it wouldn't have been terrible. But trying to learn to leverage this OBV indicator even more, and it may be something you could add to your toolbox as well. Hope you guys have a good night.